here to talk about it all. The annual party celebrating Portland fashion culture. We have Herbert Beauclair, the co-founder of Sneaker Week, and footwear designer Wilson Smith. It's great to talk to you both. Welcome
Good morning,
in.
guys.
Thanks
for
so
being
much.
here.
Really, really cool. Okay, so the mayor proclaimed the first week of August Sneaker Week. What are we diving into? What is Sneaker Week?
Yeah, Sneaker Week is a platform where we bridge the diverse sneaker community with Portland's thriving footwear industry. So we host a series of events throughout the entire city. It's not just like in one convention. We pop around, we do different activations from conversations like panels, discussions, exhibits, all the way to, some really awesome events that we have planned for this Friday at the Portland Art Museum with Wilson Smith here.
Absolutely, yeah. If you're a sneakerhead, I mean, you have got to check out this week's lineup. Wilson, you are the first Black professional footwear designer, so we are so excited to have you here this week.
Oh, this is so cool. Well, thank you for letting me be here. When we talk about Sneaker Week, one of the things that's funny, I remember I was in Asia flying back, and people said, "Oh, you're from Sportland." I mean, they were calling Portland Sportland.
Really?
Which kind of, I thought, okay, I hadn't heard it before.
Yeah.
But I think it is really amazing what the sneaker industry has been all about here in the Portland area. I got to be a part of Nike back in the day. There was a brilliant, probably the most brilliant sneaker designer ever. His name's Tinker Hatfield. He was the corporate architect, and he hired me as his assistant in architecture way back in 1983. And so we were doing architecture, and then we kind of transferred that style and story from architecture into product design.
I feel like that's such that's such an indicator of how much work, how much technique and detail goes into all of these creations.
Well, and these are all more than just shoes, right? These really are art pieces, exactly. So dive into some of this. Talk about some of the designs.
Well, it's kind of fun. There's a lot of different expressions going on here, but one of the one thing that I think our event that we're doing is all around Spark. And Spark is an interesting thing, and I think it's about the inspiration that happens for all of us in our lives. No matter what project or whatever you're taking on, a lot of times there's that inception, that spark that happens, and I think we get to pay attention to it. It's in our heart. I believe it's divine. It's like I think there's a connection that happens. And so then when I'm working on a shoe, a lot of times I'm inspired. Like what was crazy was, for example, this shoe, the Air More. It was called the Air More Up Tempo.
Okay.
And so it's kind of cool that marketing guys said write air as big as you can on the side of the shoe, and so okay, well we did that.
There you go.
But the fun thing, it really has support where it needs to happen for basketball. Scottie Pippen loved him, so it was kind of his shoe, which is a really cool thing. I was super honored because thinking about the Spark, they recently did this version of this shoe, and a drawing that I did when I was in 7th grade.
Oh my gosh.
It's a drawing of Wilsonville was what I called it. And so anyway, but they put the shoebox, so that, this did everything for my psychology as an adult. Wow, no inner child problems after seeing this box everywhere.
Wow.
So anyway, so I was very blessed, and so it's fun storytelling.
Yeah.
And there's always a spark. I mean, every one of us are inspired by something that takes us to where we need to get to.
It's so cool, and I feel like, Herbert, I mean, sneakers connect people in a way that few other types of clothing and accessories do. What's it like to get to come together and really find your community this week in these events?
Yeah, I mean, we were very intentional about the type of events that we host. Yesterday we kicked off at OMSI, and it was around storytelling. So we did a event that we call Kickflicks. And Kickflicks is basically bringing together like storytellers, whether that's animators, whether that's producers, and we typically showcase the film, and we'll have a professional come in. In this case, we had a designer who worked on a Pharrell collaboration, and it was a Pharrell Lego movie. And then we also brought in Bricks and Minifigs Portland, and so the kids did some creative activities around sneaker sketches, brick building, and so really it really depends on what your niche is, and sneakers aren't just like the product to collect. It's really just the medium, like you said, to bring people together.
And whatever your niche, you will find it here at Sneaker